It isn't love like that.
Yeah, that's love for you.
It's never straightforward, is it? And from the outside, you're like, well, that relationship should work, and yet it doesn't. Or I think love is full of mysteries. But yeah, I love their story. I think it's really, I find it very affecting, actually. And when I watched the film, I didn't know that I would, but I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, you know, it's such an ambitious project because, you know, they've taken some very, very big themes, and they've you know, obviously David Mitchell wrote it initially in the book, but now they've tried to make a big epic feature film out of what is actually some rather intimate and personal thoughts that I think we all have to have at some point. What are we doing here? What is the point of my life? Do I have a soul? What happens next? Am I connected to anybody else? Am I completely here on my own? And they've weaved it into this amazing entertainment. You don't even you could watch the movie. You could just go and have a good time and not confront any of this stuff, or you can get it. You can really get into it if you want. That seems to me to be so courageous and something that is, you know, really what the art form could explore. You know, it helps people to have conversation.
You know?
Yeah,
Right.
that's what everyone seems to be saying, and actually, I'm looking forward to seeing it again. We made it, and we're still seeing things in it that we hadn't seen before.
Right, and
We didn't know
I've
that.
only seen it once, and if they'd have screened it the minute it had finished again, I would have stayed. I may have needed a loo break, but then I would have watched it again.
There actually were there are three directors. The Wachowskis were working obviously as a team, and Tom Tykwer was the other director, and all of us were continually running back and forth between these two camps, really. So they were amazing.
What's incredible is when you see the film, you don't know who directed what. The Wachowskis directed 3 stories, Tom Tykwer directed 3 stories, but the way the film is cut together, they had to know how the scenes were going to finish in order to make the cuts between the scenes. So although they're 3 different people and 2 different film units, they operated as one. It was very extraordinary. You would think it couldn't work. It must be chaos, right? It must be a mess. And they must be at loggerheads. They must fight each other. They must be annoyed with each other. They must think, why did you shoot that scene like that? You've ruined my other scene here.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that at all. They seemed to be entirely in harmony with each other and inspiring each other to do greater and more daring things in the next scene.
We didn't get to travel to very exotic locations, did we? I didn't. Glasgow.
Glasgow and Berlin and Dresden for a day.
But other people went
Some
to
people went to Mallorca, had a lovely
place.
holiday, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, really, they worked very, very hard in Mallorca. I heard it was devilishly hot and they were miserable. Must have been dreadful for them.
Yeah. Well, incredibly, Tom is also, along with 2 colleagues of his, is the composer of the film, which is always blows my mind that he can write music as well as direct. But he had written the whole score really months before they started shooting, so I got to live with it a bit, and I learned I had to study the piano because I didn't play the piano, and it was very useful as an actor to have that, to be able to sort of feel that music, because it says so much about who that character is inside, I think. Yeah.